What's up, Kahleah? Good to see you. My first question is about your development with USA Basketball. Cheryl talked about how that first camp she saw you compared to the second. Your hesitation was gone, your confidence was up. So I'm curious how you would assess your development over the course of the last few years with USA Basketball.
I was just having a conversation about this, about having my first experience and coming in, wide-eyed, trying to figure out how I can contribute. You come here and it's other greats, so you don't have to come in and, like Cheryl said, you don't have to do too much. So whatever it is that you do well, you bring that times 10, and you just be you. So I think that now. I've just gotten comfortable in understanding what it is that I need to bring, and then I just bring Kai after that. So I love to see the progression, and just looking back on my first experience and how I just didn't take it for granted and just really wanted to give it my all because it's a goal that I have in mind. So yeah, I'm just excited to be a part of something so special with other great players.
And then your guy, Jeff, is getting introduced to us this afternoon or in an hour. I'm curious, with his background in player development, how do you feel like that will benefit him in this role as GM or benefit the Sky, having a GM with a background that's more heavy in player development than anything else?
I think one, he can recognize talent really well. And then I think that we have an advantage because we have someone like him who's also our general manager, but also can, help. When people come into organizations, they want to continue to get better, and I think that for me, that's very big. And just the progression of my career, you just see that, oh, I can go to Chicago and I know that I'll get better. I know that my game will progress. I know that I'll evolve. So I think that that's where we have an advantage, and I think there's no better person for that role.
Thanks, Kahleah.
Erica?
Thank you so much. Kahleah, thanks for your time. I'd love to go off of what Annie was just asking, going back to the Sky. I've gathered that given that the head coaching appointment of Teresa Weatherspoon, that you've talked about her energy and maybe having someone whose story you can relate to. I was wondering if you could elaborate on that a little bit and how you think that a coach like Teresa Weatherspoon might be the right type of energy for you, given the goals that you have, not just in the WNBA, but even with USA Basketball.
I think that she's accomplished all of the things that I want to accomplish. We talk about Defensive Player of the Year. We talk about WNBA All Teams, winning a gold medal. Like, these are all the things that I want to do that I'm coming very close to, but just haven't gotten over that hump. For me to be able to have someone with that experience, who understands my fire, who understands my passion for the game, I think that we have so much in common, that I have nothing but respect for her. And I know that we had a conversation about her. She's like, I'm going to ruffle your feathers. And I'm like, and I know it's coming from a great place. And I know that you're trying to lead me in the right direction. So we're just locked in on that. And I'm just excited for her to be in this role.
All right, we'll go to Jackie.
Hi, Kahleah. Thanks for taking the time. I just wanted to build off of Annie's question, if I could. I'm just curious, what types of qualities do you believe that Jeff has in order to be a successful general manager in this league?
I think he's relatable, one. Nobody, if you haven't had a conversation with him, you probably won't know that. And I think he can recognize talent, like I said before. And also, I think he's just a great person. Overall, last season, it was very up and down for me, and nobody really knew the relationship that we had. And it was no way I was getting through that season without Jeff. So shout out to Jeff. Don't tell him that, though, y'all. But shout out to him. But I think he's a great person. But all in all, I think he's worked with so many different great players, and been around the WNBA behind the scenes that you guys don't even know about. So I think that he's great for it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Megan?
Yeah, hey Ka, good to see you. First question is, did you get your soul food that you were tweeting about yesterday?
Now listen to me, y'all. All those people that told me the busy bee, okay, now the chicken was great, but that macaroni was not as advertised. In the picture, it was all put together, crispy top. When I got it, y'all, it was runny. It had water up under it. I ain't like that, but the greens was good. So you know what? I'm gonna give him a 6 out of 10 because I got some banana pudding and that was good. But them sides, they wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. So I can't trust you. I ain't going to Twitter no more.
I had to ask. But the serious question for you is, obviously I've seen so much of your competitive spirit on the court. What drives that? Like when you get up in the morning, like what makes that engine go?
You know what? Sometimes I think I'm crazy, because sometimes I get in the car and I set up my GPS and I see the time and I'm like, I'm gonna get there, but it say 6:21. I'm gonna get there at 6:18. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I think it's been since I've been a kid, just wanting to be better. You know, I was doing a photo shoot with Wilson and with a young rising star, and she just asked me like, what drives you? You know, you've accomplished so much. And it's like, I'm like, it's just so much more out there. Like I want to win a gold medal. Like, I haven't done that. Like, yes, I won a championship. Like, I want to be defensive player of the year. Like, it's just, it never ends for me. But sometimes I do have to like come back to myself and like, okay, like you've accomplished some things, like relish in that and like enjoy that. But it's just like when you want to be great and you want to like leave that legacy. And for me, it's about just adding to my legacy and continuing to like be great. Because if you look at my story up until now, I'm sure it's going to inspire somebody, because it could have gone another way if I wasn't who I am. So I think I just want to be great.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
We'll do Akeem and Annie, and then we will let Ka go. Akeem, go ahead.
Hakeem Beyond the W once again. Great to see you once again, and best of luck throughout the process. You know, and you mentioned, you know, wanting to be great. You know, having been in, you know, on, you know, the big stage as far as like, you know, playing in finals, playing in all-star games, playing, you know, last year in the you know, in the World Cup. How much has that, you know, how integral has that been, you know, to get you to this point where, you know, you was able to make you know, maybe able to make trials and, you know, looking ahead to you know, of course, looking ahead to next year?
I think it's important. I think those, you know, hitting those goals mean a lot, because it's like the work that you put in is getting rewarded, you know? You put in all the extra work that nobody knows and nobody understands, and then you get chosen to play on the World Cup team, right? You come back, I go through a season and I have a great off season, and then boom, I'm an all-star, you know? I go through the season, I wasn't chosen to be on the all WNBA teams, but that's just motivation. So it's just like, you know, you appreciate the work that you put in. So when you see the results, it's like, okay. And then when you don't see the results, it's still like, you know, like it's okay. Like it's okay. It gives you another reason to put your head down and keep working.
All
Thanks,
right.
absolutely.
Just one quick follow-up for me. Cheryl talked about kind of a page turning in your career when you won finals MVP. And I'm curious, because a lot of us or I even have written about that being like, you know, a pivotal moment in your career as far as kind of taking a next step. Do you see that as, you know, a moment where things changed for you, or was there a different moment?
I definitely think that was a big moment. Because when we go back to this is so crazy. Last night, I ain't trying to hold y'all up because I'm actually starving, but I'm gonna tell y'all this. Last night, I was going through my pictures, right? I'm gonna send this to you, Annie.
Okay.
And it was right before the 2020 season,
Yeah.
COVID. And we didn't know if we were gonna have a season. And I was coming from Poland, and I had such a great season. Like, I was so confident, like I felt so good. And then it's like, boom, like, we don't know if we're gonna have a season. I'm like, it's no way. So now it's like, I don't have access to gyms. Like, I don't have, like, I'm like frazzled. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna figure this out. So I was going through my phone yesterday, and I see a video and pictures of me in the driveway, just like going through dribbling drills. Then I got pictures of me. I was riding my bike like 20 miles a day, like whatever it is that I could do to stay ready, because I knew I was ready for that 2020 season.
Oh.
And so we go into that 2020 season. That's when I guess everybody said I had a breakout season. And then for me, from there, it was about being consistent, because how many people just come out and have a great season, and then you're not able to, get better or uphold that. So for me, it was like, damn, I had a great season in 2020. Like, I want to be even better in 21. So that next year, I had a great season, but it wasn't just about me. I played with greats. Like, they're probably going to be in the Hall of Fame, like all of those players. So for me to have that moment as finals MVP, playing with greats, like I said, was special. And I definitely think that was like page turning for me. And then from there, it was just like, I know I have the blueprint on what it takes for me to have success at the level that I wanted. So it's just continuing to build on that and just like really hound on it like times 10.
Thanks, Kahleah. Send me those pictures.
All right, I got you.
All right, thanks, Ka.
All right.
We'll let you go.
Yep, see
Appreciate your
y'all.
time. We'll be back here shortly with